That. Ivy gloated while looking at Dustin. Ms. Natasha, watch closely. Once Silas eliminates Grey Gowl, you'll finally understand who's the god among men, Maria said arrogantly. As soon as Maria finished speaking, Grey Gowl finally made a move. In the face of Silas' sharp attack, he didn't try to dodge. Instead, he threw a punch head-on. His fist hit the point of the sword with a terrifying force. There was a loud blast. The moment they came in contact with each other, Silas' sword was instantly obliterated. It exploded into pieces. At the same time, Grey Gowl's iron fist continued with its momentum and slammed into Silas' chest. Silas grunted. It was as if he'd been hit by a truck. He was sent flying almost 50 feet before crashing heavily into the floor, spewing blood everywhere. In an instant, everyone fell deathly silent. When everyone saw that Silas had gotten sent flying from a punch, they were stunned. This was none other than the senior disciple of the Invincible Guardians, a highly powerful martial arts genius. The same person who defeated Marlon the Hoodlum with just a few moves. However, Grey Gowl defeated a strong warrior like him with a single punch. It was unthinkable. How could this be? Silas lost. Who would have thought that Grey Gowl would be so formidable? He defeated the senior disciple of the Invincible Guardians in one move. That's horrifying. Shit, if even Silas is no match for Grey Gowl, would any of us be able to hold against him? Right now, everyone was shocked and afraid. They all began to back out. Silas was already extremely strong, but Grey Gowl was even more terrifying. More importantly, he wasn't alone. He had so many lackeys, and none of them was ordinary. There was no way around sheer force in numbers. Ivy's and Maria's snapped out of their daze, and their expressions changed. Silas. They helped the injured Silas to his feet. Then, they fed him a healing tablet. This bastard is too strong. Hurry, contact our master. Silas wobbled shakily on his feet. He pressed a hand against his chest, his face full of terror. Grey Gowl's punch had completely obliterated him. He wasn't able to fend it off at all. The power gap between them was far too wide. Right now, the only way to subdue him was if his master and his master's colleague stepped in. The senior disciple of the Invincible Guardians is nothing. Since you have the courage to step forward, then you should die. After that punch, Grey Gowl had gotten the upper hand. Unforgivingly, he threw another punch into the air. There was a loud whoosh. The huge burst of true energy transformed into a giant shadow fist, flying straight at Silas. Silas, move. Maria and Ivy pushed Silas aside. Then, they raised their swords against the shadow fist. A loud blast erupted. The two women's swords broke, and they flew backward. They were severely injured and coughing up blood. They couldn't even withstand one attack. Maria, Ivy. Silas' expression changed. He was enraged. However, he was not powerful enough. He was helpless. What a close relationship between guild members. Grey Gowl grinned. He loved seeing these upright martial artists put up a last fight. Grey Gowl, I'm warning you, don't do anything crazy. Silas yelled sharply. We are from the Invincible Guardians. If you dare lay a hand on us, you will incur the wrath of the entire Invincible Guardians. There are a lot of people who want to kill me. Adding the Invincible Guardians wouldn't make a difference, Grey Gowl said. He showed no fear. I know you're very powerful, but listen, my master is coming. Leave now, and you may be able to avoid trouble. Otherwise, once my master gets here, you'll all be dead. Silas threatened. By the time the leader of the Invincible Guardians makes it here, you'll already be dead. Grey Gowl laughed coldly. He beckoned with his hand. My dear disciples, hurry and slaughter every last person here. We still have more important matters to attend to. Yes. The group of masked killers dressed in black pulled out their blades. Then, they charged forward like a swarm of bees, prepared to wreak havoc. At that moment, there was the glint of a sword blade. The few masked killers at the very front couldn't dodge in time. Their heads were chopped off, causing blood to spew everywhere. Shocked, the others came to a stop. They surveyed their surroundings vigilantly. That slash just now was so fast to the point they couldn't even react. Who did that? Who was that attacking from the shadows? Grey Gowl's face darkened. He swept his gaze left and right. It was me. Dustin stepped out from the crowd, wielding a broken sword. Instantly, everyone turned to look. How dare you kill Nightshade's disciples? Grey Gowl glared at Dustin. If you stop now, I'll let you die in one piece, Dustin replied. His calm words ticked everyone off. Who the fuck does he think he is? Does he have a death wish? How could he openly challenge Grey Gowl? He's just an idiot trying to show off. The martial artists sneered at Dustin disdainfully. Grey Gowl was notorious for being so strong that even invincible guardians was no match for him. So, where did a nobody like Dustin find the balls to challenge that man? You better not act tough, Dustin. Even Silas lost to him. What makes you think you have a winning chance? Ivy jeered. She's right. Your skills are pathetic. Maria echoed. Just because he lost doesn't mean I will. Piss off. Dustin snorted. What? His words irked Silas. Who the fuck do you think you are, Rhys? How dare you look down on me? I might have lost to Grey Gowl, but I can still beat you. Oh, shut up. You can't even stand right now. Dustin retorted without turning around. Silas gritted his teeth. If he hadn't been severely injured, he'd already be setting Dustin straight by now. We're only trying to warn you. If you don't listen, you'll have to face the consequences. Ivy frowned. Stubborn bastards like him won't listen. Let him die. Silas snarled. He couldn't wait for Grey Gowl to kill Dustin. You'll let us die in one piece. Surprised, Grey Gowl laughed. It's been a while since someone spoke to me like this. Do you even know who I am? It doesn't matter. You only have two choices right now. You either give in or die, Dustin stated. Coolly. Insolent fool. It's time for you to die. Grey Gowl was finally angry. He drew his sword and brought it down heavily on Dustin's head. There was a loud hum as a violent light burst forth from the blade. It tore through the room and shook the furniture. The onlookers' hearts stopped out of fear. My, what a ferocious attack. Is this Grey Gowl's real strength? How terrifying. No one would be able to withstand that attack. The martial artists in the room were frightened by the strength of Grey Gowl's attack. Weren't you dying to show off? Let's see what happens now. Silas sneered. Shit. Ivy and Maria sighed silently. Even Natasha and the others began to fear for Dustin's safety. Just then, Dustin made his move. With a flick of his wrist, a beam burst forth from his sword. It pushed past Grey Gowl's attack and split his blade in half before piercing his body in one fluid motion. Arg. Grey Gowl's body stiffened before his head rolled off his shoulders. It landed on the ground with a thud, smearing blood all over. The commotion stunned the crowd into silence. The entire hall had gone silent as everyone gaped at Grey Gowl's head in disbelief. It all happened so fast that they didn't have time to process everything. No one expected Dustin to kill the invincible Grey Gowl in mere seconds and with just a single strike. Is this for real? He killed Grey Gowl? He ended Grey Gowl with one strike. Who is this monster? What terrifying sword skills he has. Since when did someone like him exist? After finally realizing what had happened, the crowd burst into whispers. Gazes of shock, dismay, and disbelief were shot toward Dustin. They thought it was the end for Dustin when they saw Grey Gowl swinging his sword at him. But not only did Dustin survive, he even defeated Grey Gowl effortlessly. How terrifying. They also realized that the choices Dustin had so proudly laid out earlier had come true. Impossible. How is that guy so strong? Silas' eyes widened in disbelief. He always viewed Dustin as a weak nobody who was no match for the notorious Grey Gowl. Who knew that he's actually so strong? Ivy and Maria exchanged shocked looks.